Afrifa and any crew members Okatakyie mu Accra Kwame Nkrumah Circle akofre ensem jofo nhia mu de ede to obanim afa Galamsey ekoso ewo Ghana ha emprempren da na monti omopese omu etu ede fa ho ne kafa ba media akofa mu nchemu ene ne ekoso wo nhia mu de na senyana ede eba beso monti meso manoma subscribe page no I like videos I share I comment de amame sene be na update bi aba mo sabi to me akabi Nyina ye nim Galamsey ene etete Ghana fo ensuo nyina asese yemfo nyina asese tese Galamsey no esenya pade ahodo pi ewo Ghana ha no musensa asekora de na ne bobo Galamsey aseni nyina na mpanimfo ya asenke eto betimi atwa eto antimi entwada enka ne mampani na na adoda nkwa akufo ado oye na afam de bia enya de eto tumi twaye na ne Okatakyie Afrifa one ne crew members Omu Okatakyie mu ewo Kwame Nkrumah Circle Accra akofre ensem jofo nhia mu de to omanim se on the 28th of April busumi ya ewumi ne fo etoso aduonu woche omo de Galamsey hu oye chechenchenche ba be hihye so enti omo de adesede eto Ghana fo nyina nim se on the 28th of April busumi ya ewumi ya ne fo etoso aduonu woche no obi amra na ye meta wo machi na oye chechenchenche no omo emfa nhihye so emfa Galamsey ekoso ewo Ghana ha SSA nyapade no na mama yenkwohwe video no ene ensem omde atudwa no bi emra
publicly, definitely on our media stations, and as well throughout the entire country, they might be able to draw the attention of the large public. We have brought you here this morning to address issues about Galamsey. And precisely the mission is very simple. We all know, very much aware of the issues happening in our environment. And arguably nobody today can speak to the fact that Galamsey has no negative impact on our communities, on our societies, and then on our lives as a people. Definitely, if we are to reason around this assertion, then what it means is that, we are not being truthful to ourselves as individuals. Because from time immemorial, and for the past few years, as a country, we are battling with a cancer called Galamsey. Illegal mining is something that is eating the moral fabric of every aspect of our society. For the shared purposes that, some few brothers of ours want to enrich themselves so quickly, and would want to do that not on the rightful manner. We have lost regulating our country when it comes to the mining sector. And so we strongly believe that by the prescriptions of Act 703, which is the Minerals and Mining Act, it is a reason for people to go into mining, but definitely not the manner in which we see today. And so we want to begin by giving you a very brief background of what we stand for. And we want the entire nation to understand the fact that it is not because power has changed today that we are speaking of. We started advocacy on Galamsey not just today, but years ago we've been advocating against Galamsey illegal mining. Even last year, which was the ultimate of it all, a major election year where the stakes were very high for all political parties, we still did not relax and we did not relent on our efforts in advocating against Galamsey. And so today, it is not justified, and nobody can justify the fact that why didn't we speak in time past, and why are we now deciding to speak? We did not just decide to speak today. And we must place the emphasis on the fact that even last year, at the latter part of the year, we started an advocacy which was quite enormous. Whichever party benefited from our advocacy is not what we are here to talk about. But precisely we are here to talk about the work we did as journalists and as advocates for our environment. We are the only two Ghanaian journalists who had the courage to go into the dungeons and then to arrest Chinese nationals, even ahead of the election. And those ones are already placed on record. And so it is not for shared wickedness and for the shared propaganda of it that today power has changed hands. As we spoke about last year ahead of the election, it's still happening today. And even as we speak today, the expectations for which we took that by now we ought to have seen some level of changes within our environment is not so. And so it has every responsibility and every bearing on us as a people, not to relent on our efforts, but as well to let the entire nation understand the fact that Galamsey is so predominant even as we speak this morning. And so we have put ourselves together as a group. We are ready to champion the cause and to raise the advocacy a little bit more higher, because we know the impact Galamsey is having on our communities and our people. The excesses of it cannot be underestimated. So we called you here for a very simple message. Galamsey must go, and indeed we have an intended demonstration coming up beginning on the 28th of this month. And that is our sole mission here this morning. We want the entire country to know that yes, indeed, there were several promises that were given during the campaign season. But today, thing has been done. We want clear directives as to how the government of the day is fighting Galamsey. The minister who has been placed in charge of natural resources and lands must give the country and the entire populace a very good blueprint as to how we are managing our environment and how we are approaching this cancer for Galamsey. And so it's very simple. The message is clear. We have an intended demonstration coming up on the 28th of this month, and we are calling all and insult. The entire population of Ghana must begin to realize the devastating effects of Galamsey if nothing is done about it. What we have seen in the last 100 days of a new regime is the fact that it's been a mere rhetoric, and I must say the emphasis that everything we see today and everything government claims to be doing about Galamsey today has been done before in the past. The result we still see around us is the level of devastation. And so the measures being put in place today is not adequate enough to fight the menace, and we will require that government will give us a new blueprint and a new direction as to how this cancer can be managed and can be appointed. Now, say the here. Yes, I am Mohano playing on very simple. Yeah, Penino, and said, Galamsey idea. In fact, you know, you so and ever. Make me appear to me Okatakyie to you. And give the great trouble, any Muslim the great trouble, they didn't come up with about Galamsey. And yet, the every time here, you walk Galamsey with the room. Actually, man, sending the Asili Ghana for the answer. You can Kuma Kakabia, what were your father said? One better cigar, but one found my papa for them. They are causing a lot of destruction to our environment. Now, the excessive effects, you know, and it's environment now, essay, and then, it's humans will have to benefit from the same environment, and we don't be able to work. So, the level at which I hear Galamsey, essence you, and next time on you, to get here and teach you, because as we speak, it's only in our army due to its stabilization. Now, we are saying that abide our responsibility. Say the Ghana needs so much responsibility, said, be possible, never be papa, overcome once abide our study, our responsibility, said that I'm saying, obey me, I shall hire towards here. Message I get that is very simple. Even in an election year, stakes look very high. Our people believe that Galamsey once a month. At the end of the day, no, and yeah, benefit here, fire not this one. We still went ahead. You be home from work, you come myself, you go site, I would more, go try videos, no edify. Reportage, I would want in no, but the problem here, no, and it's in the past years, as a country, baby, I here, that's it. The fight against Galamsey, no, and no, baby, yes, you should some resort, I know, as in the hour. It's no credit, I am a competitor. And if you Peter, Galamsey, say you did for more than a pay. Now, a lot of impact on the future generation. And see, we are calling on the Ghanaian people. It is not about President Mahama, even if it is about him, he is the president of the day. And our responsibility said, Galamsey, I see a Yeye ka bi am say ade bia ye hu ene say ye be ko push ye be ti excavated ye be ti nkofo a eye Galamsey ni nyina ye hu bi da Professor Frimpong what a reporter wo ye extensively na do dem ko kufu agba na wo de ba here for 2 years and na ye small scale mining in this country ni nyina no amfam kosia. Okay, so the truth no any say ene empire ya first one minister said the day to Galamsey in fact resort to no back because there are certain party people that what we involved and we need more pragmatic measures. Say you banning Galamsey na you banning the crowd small scale young person baby ma you banning state of emergency and assessment of paying declare. We are telling him this morning, say, SSO declared because on mine, yen sassy, young poor, young sure, you coco, any BDR saying, and for a lot of negative impact. Yen to me, every hour. The bedroom baby no more blow up for Yemianuma, a won't work with one woman, I don't want to be any so any idea. I don't think I don't pay the credit here. Say on the 28th of April, possibly, it will be next week, Monday. Yet the demonstrations so for air successful. Any trade and buying any we are seeing say yes for 29 now one year was the better. And ministers every Ghana making promises about say environment no be able to all best here the humanity and nothing has said. For that reason the people must be serious about the fight against Galamsey. And I'm paying your friend one yes here. Yeah, and he said Galamsey must fall on the 28th of April. Thank you.
And Emma was said, Mama Tracy and you know, so the political party of the point. Time will more a bam. Now, get me a Numbia, a super, as a Mukumia. I saw a moment. I want to say, you could be here in your baby and your foot. It's a discipline, as soon as I. Any abaya one of I have for a bank. And fear what you have already here, the Amano for Galamsey. The deal was so many about Papa. And a speaker. And a friend, you are your phone. You react on your forest. That's what you're trying to form the Bay and cemetery. That's what you people know. Galamsey any political party. Now, you have a do Pempenswa, a bias sister. A bias society. And your man, your sister, a bias within 100 days. And your man, by the year, or that's why I said Galamsey. And yet, a bias transport, or almost catching a good from by said, a state of emergency. Now, you're trying to talk a year measures in the year. That's it. And then about 100 years ago, state of emergency, you declare. And I know what I say. It looks like the only reason Galamsey is someone because those who were perceived to be benefited were the people in power. It's the answer that we made the same thing. And then when you are we have control for, you have got police partner. You have got different women. And then that we will not stand more. And then I'm going to me and change movie. Then you support MPPO and DCO. The things that every year to me before your body, the money is so much of a year and Mamma Cotopa. If the kidney disease is an ever of statistics, you go in the next 10-15 years, kidney disease is record show. And when I don't know when you 7 night at a hospital, about time on Benjamin, or when you're from the say, because of his shame was ever hospital. Now, you know me over your Korean I buy. And it's in a generational right protection society. I am your representatives. We are calling on all and sundry kind of what I say. And when I say, you come up more. You can tell them for a moment and get the power to stop this Galamsey. Say enough is enough. Their prayer demonstration. Enough in the sense. Say you are president of the money, Mama. All your campaign, catch it, sir. And we found by buying any your favorite LI 2462. I am not going to phone a quote for us with them. I will go to the airport. Already on back, for everything, when you guys are not very clear. But I think you're not quite careful. Anyone by our sake, San and Marano, only believe they will present a certain house and Africa. I will see a set, another one. But I'm saying, what country is so well? What country is so well? Africa. Everybody else, you're going to lose. So I don't want to agree. You look for Papa, you were saying, I'm saying, yeah, mining yet, you could not be careful. Papa, you may content 1 year and 7 years. I'm going to be I friend football. You will suffer football near the day. What's the moment to football? That every month we have more or more target of 12 pounds. Maybe we are going to say 1 pound. And Papa Newmont, and Papa Precious Mining, and Papa Anglo Ashanti, and Papa all the big mining centers. It is already on top talks a lot. I get for them being free. It means that I'm safe for metronome. No, Becca said, and you're small scale mining. But we don't get engineer himself before the small scale mining concept. And so much more than 1 year. And this small scale mining, any capital. And by setting up the board board, it is an indirect way of promoting Galamsey. Again, you have Mutala, Interior Minister. Mutakamba. Mutaka say, when Interior Minister, they are very into policy. They say, Mochi, a year of Bia, when you got it. Now, or say you show, or say you're forester. A minor officer. Punishing it by the level of already pointed. Yes, it's a guy that you say you're using your forester. What's it more than punishing? They won't get him say China for me, oh, to Galamsey. Get him say you're not a kid of Webber, going to Galamsey. It's the local chance of which you want. I must say you're sure, I must say forest. You need a man who near that. They were already over 2 minutes for China back. Over 2 minutes for Burkina back. No problem, no issue, and now when you're going, and I buy. Let me hear Kenya say, I might say, some of them when they be before from or resetting, or they in state of emergency. Near United Papa, near to shut my pipe before sure. You bet you over the law. Then so the first 100 years, you know, and you're more than what I'm going to say, on year 90, the political will is not there. If you're saying you're not going to for. On the 28th of a year, Samanki, which is a 20 everyone now with the you know, you have sports. Now, you have a fancy, now you have a flat house. You will be in a police headquarters. You have police for you for what's there. And when you say, your pastor, your family, and your man, only the #1 law enforcement agents. And you intend for so long, we are not able to curtail the minutes of Galamsey, and then government. If you are before Punia, that's why you call the seat of presidency, what is the executive arm of government. So, Mumuna Commission was a education and police station, or that's what I call the retinue. I don't think and you speak of emergency of access. So, if you know your answer here, then you have to come up and find the way forward. When I hear you see a team of compatible, now you will be a part of Public Order Act. Public Order Act, and not a what help person demonstrating, and now any special event to be able to do so. Now, Generational Right Protection Society, if this happens, so every a police, if the random section 1 message. So when you're working a special event in Myanmar, Fakirata, I get notification of intention. When we are not able to cancel myself, what of the police permit? So, and running as a police permits. What's the government notify more? If you are satisfied that a requirement of the law, what was section 2 and 3 in our faith? So police officer, what a year notification in the manual. So I did it from meeting. What we want to find, everyone here demonstration on grounds of security, on grounds of the disturbance of public order, on grounds of the media. Everyone there, I have organized a celebration here. Now, one, two, I have one, everyone here come up now. I'm an empire police in the room, I follow that requirement. I'm not trying, I'm saying, so let's start off any moment. All my fine, any alcohol. It is a way security zone. If you say a security zone, I'm very declare. And I'm going to be aware of security zone. If you say, I'm say, don't come for them, what we are. Maybe you are from myself as an India. Or I'm sure that our year, the National Right Protection Society, Delta Police are coming. Sir, and the Bia moment to me, I'm a fine young flash of anymore. I will put Occupy Ghana, Apple, demonstrative flash of anymore. We will see. Yet, White House, the performer demonstration for White House, we will see. Yet, Backyard Palace, the performer demonstration for Libya, we will see. And then, the way of the government, what we have about my demonstration. I can't tell police in the set. And when I can in section 5, section 5 and 6, says only organizers in this year. That's what you're proposing organizers in this one prayer. Police in the domain so back of court. I'm not judge, I want more order. And then police in the court. Then so the 2 year winning, I'm not all. I look at as a woman, you're fine. Emma, you're from a young suburb anymore. Get your second class out. Now, we am from an apostle. It is only the court that has the power to protect the fundamental rights of the people. It is not in the hands of the police to decide so many of the most basic along the court. So until such a time, police say never court. I mean, able to court order, which they say of your court the most basic of last time of the world. On the 28th, there was 2 p.m. The United States transport where a different demonstration altogether. And yet the usual and about Syria 2 p.m. The United States transport. The Nantia police headquarters. You flew by your home of them, now Flagstaff was in any war. They are seen overnight. Your message is very simple. You have a program to Mani Bahama, ever could you come up. You have to 3 days. Apply a cogent plan. I will never survey a Galamsey. That's why your minister, Accra press conference. The press conference last month. And you should what minister Hey, minister there. I said, yeah, forest, you know. I don't know. Yes, hallelujah. It's the year. I find as a minister, no more than sword for the year. Yet you go home, the sword is probably another. If the minister soon over that I'm saying somewhere, if you tell each and every one of you the extent to which I am in Iowa. The minister needs to tell you, to me, executive power, no minister, no one know. What are your cabinets? What are you doing? I don't know how they do it. It's somebody I'm going to say. I want to compare what the forest are saying. I'm a minister to the show. And you're a minister. The sooner I am also to me, also to me. All country president of the Mama said, your friend, when the state of emergency, said that no country of Afrifa law. Near the I am back to the drawing board. You have fun your own work well. And when you're not so strong, you're good, you're not cool. You will be answer for it. Generational Right Protection Society, we are taking inspiration from a young Let's answer. We are sure someone in Aboriginal Right Protection Society. Aboriginal Right Protection Society law. Policemen, any and here, and a control of everybody said, your friend Crowns Act Bill. The Crowns Act Bill, no, the bad was here another one said, our motor flow, 10 times skills, and an important one. Or the just answer 70% a year, and now I say, no answer, someone say, now what I took up here, the people that they just say, it will not be a year, actually tonight, every and every year for, and some good media for the eye. Every year for the campaign once the campaign. Yako say you should be around because Mokman too. It's the next generation of Maya. And yet the Generational Right Protection Society at the Grand Say. Yet to meet now, and when the greed of the selected few to destroy the future of the next generation. So when you are media for no make you on the 28th 2 p.m. That's what you have to take over another money mama and feel from any of our possibility. As I talk for me, Ghana for my deputy, and Galamsey, Galamsey, and Okatakyie, we are moving as a I just want you guys to Okatakyie, and Accra, and another year, and just that's not enough. I think I'm also of iron. I'm not working now, and no. Young man said, I can't name up a child and men just here. And said, I will not get a portrait by very general. Young man as I do it, go to our trouble. I will fall out from that talking feet. But you're going to say, then you're ready to get a crown and get young. And you're going to get new more to what you go to now. You got yourself for a save you now. What do that for a while for people? I don't think I've had my that way. Yes, sir, for a while. Not your wife, and your daughter. Sasana Kenya, I mean, a demo, demo for 1,000 feet. No go to an airport for you. Didn't you who are Okatakyie? There's some red friend or assassinating, what's on Katinia, who are like a waffle. And let's see way. And the Pescan time, me no more investment. I was not about it. I have collaborated. I've been here this event for, and I've got that opportunity. China, Chinese are matter of faith. Tell me, Indian law when you go to work. And I party taxes, and I said, Ghana. Okay, sir, 1 million there. What you are now, I don't know my left. Not that tax, not that. Oh, no, we have a problem. And then what we do is now, come on, of the Jeffrey Fanny will get up a farmer, make him put him in the map. And now, Papa is one other will say, yes, anybody will want Galamsey, the one giving problems. Let's say, election may fall. As I do it, yeah, they're Galamsey, you know, so poor person. Never, Mamma, compare one year, so far. Our father sister Galamsey, many people get the house from Soviet money, and I am in the jail. As I said, young man, 7 years from yesterday, of what's it? Never underground mania, local, except for next day underground. Sister, I'm running up to now, was to follow. Nobody immoral, open time, underground, and that's why Yana particles, Accra. You don't know what you have to do. A corporate whatever, a good Accra. You're from Ghana and South. If you are not demonstrating, never mind, I'm from you.
So when you have to say, what was the teacher, yes, when you are fire, when you know one, and you have to try to be here, and you come and April. I got this year, no one can use the president well, then you have to also on the football. But for some time, and you know, as I did it 20 years, and 20 years ago, not down there, as a problem, one, there is several hours. Second, I'm 48 now. How you going to look out? Every minute, so get a net, Sakanya, therefore. Therefore, you are from them as the other 14 times. Get me a Casat area. Let us I cannot for the liberation. If you have some of your the videos news, Namma California, just said, Papa, for Parliament. I didn't know this year. There were many years. The girl who played now, some math, and I said, Papa, what you better pass? If you have some, if you have fun, then I have to get up to
nyina ye nim se Okatakyie Afrifa eye obi a wono se papa ekoso obeka sanso na bone ene ekoso obeka enka ne mampanina na adodankwa akufo ado na abreso no osole ejina ye se yen stop Galamsey a eno nya se we na oye no eya afei na wo hye ase da bida enka ne mampanina na adodankwa akufo ado MPP abreso osore jina pintin se yentu Galamsey ase emfri Ghana ha oye wo ye chechenchenche we ye bia said the NDC abreso opese wo ye sa pepepe na MPP abreso oye wo ye kire se yen stop Galamsey e de ade se de toto mpanifo bebre na anim se omomwa na Galamsey no ase entimi entu enti na one ne crew members asakopie mu wo Accra mpumpuni mantem mu e wo kwame nkroma circle na e ho na enhyamudie kase e koso no de to manim se wo hwa Galamsey na yenso nyina asese yenuane nyina asese na yensa ase krade ene na bobo untimi sidan wo so untimi nyu adwane wo so untimi nyehwe wo asase no so enti e wo se ne ye ni bre na ye de ye na isifom na ye oye chechenchenche e kire empanifom o mu hu se youth no ye ni abre e wo se ye boy yensa ase ho ba na se ya me ye ni amre ammo ensase no ho ba ya ye mabunu no ya ne beko e de science ene de oye chechenchenche e na opese o de ehyehyese on the 28th April 2025 ya busumi ya ye the nefa etoso aduonu nwotwe ewa afimpinu ni aduonu num ya ose bo ye chechenchenche na ye de hyehye so ye nyina nim se ono de enkoye MPP ni mapa enti obi ba dwen se NDC abreso ene obaye wo ye chenda bida enti sada NPP abreso ebra na omampani dada na nado dankwa akufado eteso oye kire we ya bi ekoso otimi friendship die ye wo ye chechenchenche editi ase yentu Galamsey ase emfri Ghana ha enye se bi ye NDC abreso ena Okatakyie Afrifa obeye sa oye kire we da bida waye bi pen ewo MPP abreso enti se na edu NDC so na se Galamsey no kwaso a na ase entimi ntu a wose akeka no ho na oye kire oye no MPP abreso no wose oye bi ewo NDC abreso ema omuhu se mabunu na aye se ye ba no ye ni abre ewo yensa ase ho eti ye hwese Galamsey na ekoso empanifo do mo na abisifo na yetu ase de afri Ghana ha na Galamsey no aha nipa bebre me amti ha na no unim se ma wo ye ma be kwan papa bi na me pe me banche ne bode wo be ekura metim sisi ya no me ye menya banche ne bode omka chem se menya bi ato a ade se me fa ka kokurom ekope banche ne bode me so aye ma be kwan awie na ye se banche ne bode bi ni hanum se enka ba bia mo yin so kra de enka goveka sasa bi nka ya ka yese kura bi kakra no enka banche ne bode de enka ye fa ne kwa benke nso sanka ye fa ne kwa nenso enam Galamsey a ekoso ewu kura yetimunti bia banche ne bode nyina akwa atwe enti wo pe bia yeso fa ka kokurom na wako akwakoto banche ne bode de aba ye de wonso wope eno sa no menkwan no munim dem ye mede no amo na medi ne sa enti se na Okatakyie Afrifa ese obeye oye chechenchenche de atia Galamsey ekoso ewo Ghana ha Ethiopia fa ne tam emebo ne de ano na ontu ase de kafa ba media ye dimu dese dache hema me dimu dese me kono makofa de besi wo ho nyina na mede aba besomo on the 28th of April 2025 bosumi ya ye wo mini na foto so aduonu nwotwe e wa afimpinu ni aduonu num ya Okatakyie Afrifa auto inside flow bi ase mu nyina yem no enkankan yem mabunu no auto inside fe nyina ase yem mane afa yetam emabone de ano na yen nyina pinti na yen kokoden e Galamsey na ese yensa ase ese mfu ase ensuo ese ensa ase se bibi ejensam enam Galamsey baako a ekoso no wase obi amra na ye meta echi na ye ntu Galamsey ase emfi Ghana ha enti Kafaba media ye dimu dese ye tu yase afri Kumase mantam akopi mu ewo enkra pumpuni mantam mu de yetam akoba ano na ye chechenchenchi na de bakoso ho bi anso no ye befa na ye de aba abesom mu enti mesremo na makoso subscribe page no a like your videos a share a comment de amame send be na updates bi aba mo nsa betumi akabe mi de da ache hima ekwa akwati mama Accra mu